The moment Bran realized what his green sight was capable of, one of the first things I'm sure he did was look into the past to see how exactly he became paralyzed, since he had no recollection of what happened when he woke up.
He saw us!
I heard you the first time. The things I do for love.
An entire season's worth of training was done off screen, so he would have probably done it during season 5, during his lessons with the ThreeEyed Raven. With Jaime now riding to what looks like to join the North's army in the fight against the White Walkers, Bran could easily come face to face with the man who tried to kill him as early as the first episode in season 8. But both Bran and Jaime have come a long way since the show's premiere episode. Bran was a fearless child with a loving family who only wanted to become a great knight. Jaime was one of the most skilled fighters who was madly in love with his twin sister. Bran now has lost his parents, both his brothers, his ability to walk, and witnessed the closest people to him die trying to protect him, as well as his bonded direwolf Summer. His character is now emotionless and focused on serving the realm as the new ThreeEyed Raven. Jaime lost his fighting hand, has grown distant from Cersei, and it seems like he will be the anti-hero in season 8 to complete his redemption arc. He's always wanted to be like the famous knights you grew up reading about, but everyone has only looked at him as a Kingslayer. He killed the Mad King to save King's Landing from a massive wildfire explosion, but few cared to know his reasoning. Even Ned Stark wanted to send Jaime to the wall for breaking his Kingsguard vows. He knows joining Jon and Daenerys against the Night King won't repair his reputation, but he understands how serious his situation is and will try to help. He's carrying the Valyrian steel sword that used to belong to his sons Joffrey and Tommen, so that'll be a major asset in the final battles, even though he can't do much with it. He may also inspire some Lannister forces to join his side, since Cersei is now a full-blown villain. It's not like Bronn is going to stick around in King's Landing, so he may be going around trying to take some men away from Cersei so they'll be aiding in the fight against a real threat, and not distracting them with an ambush. Bran will understand Jaime's value, and will completely overlook what he did to him. If Jaime didn't push Bran from the tower and send him into a coma, who knows if the ThreeEyed Raven would have been able to successfully contact him, and convince him to travel north of the wall in search of a cave. In the books, his coma is a lot more intense and mysterious. It seemed as though he had been falling for years. Fly, a voice whispered in the darkness, but Bran did not know how to fly, so all he could do was fall. The ground was closer now, still far, far away, 1,000 miles away, but closer than it had been. It was cold here in the darkness. There was no sun, no stars, only the ground below coming up to smash him, and the grey mists and the whispering voice. He wanted to cry. Not cry, fly. I can't fly, Bran said. I can't. How do you know? Have you ever tried? The voice was high and thin. Bran looked around to see where it was coming from. A crow was spiraling down with him, just out of reach, following him as he fell. Help me, he said. I'm trying, the crow replied. Say, got any corn? Bran might appreciate what his fall did for him. Bran's powers are vital for scouting where the Night King is, and he'll be needed as an advisor for whoever wins the Game of Thrones in the future. The ThreeEyed Raven has probably been pulling the strings behind the scenes for a very long time. Even if Bran didn't accidentally lead him to his death, he knew his time was running out. I'm more interested in seeing Jaime's reaction to Bran rather than the vice versa. This will really show how far his character has come. If he does immediately confess, Jon Snow, Sansa, and Arya will probably want him dead. Jaime's relationship with Cersei is no longer going to be speculation. Cersei has already been ready to confess this, but Jaime's always wanted the public to not know their secret. Bran will have to convince his siblings to not take his head, since he has a role to play in this war. Jaime could tell everyone after they defeated the Night King, but I doubt he's surviving this war. If he does somehow survive this war, he may be allowed to join the Night's Watch, since he did help save the world. I guess it would be pretty cool seeing Jaime become the Lord Commander, but I still think him dying after him doing his part would be more fitting. The ThreeEyed Raven also likely knew how Bran lost the ability to walk. I doubt he would bother telling Bran, since he's always looking at the bigger picture. Even before becoming the ThreeEyed Raven, Brynden Rivers was cutthroat and very serious. Just look at how he responds to Jojen's death, who served him faithfully.
My brother, he led us to you, and now
He knew what would happen. From the moment he left, he knew, and he went anyway.
Regardless of what happens, it's going to be interesting seeing these two characters interact. Bran may have become pretty boring personality-wise, but Jaime is always good for some fun dialogue. So I'm super pumped for April for the final season. You guys can let me know what you think will happen when these two characters reunite. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Thanks for watching.